Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Palaver here in the Podunk Polymath Podcast. First of all, though, I wanted to do a brief little synopsis of what happened at the old American Atheist Convention in Cincinnati last weekend. That weekend being Easter weekend, which was 20th, 420. Please, with the 420 jokes, just anyway. So me and Tucker, Trail Park Atheist, went up there Friday. Left early Friday. Got up there around 11ish. Um, Parked downtown, which is a dumb idea for a reason I'll tell you in a minute. We went up there for a minute, kind of see what was the deal was. Just kind of scoping things out a little bit. Then we're gonna go drive back to the hotel and drop our shit off. Well, problem was we didn't know where the car was, so we walked around downtown Cincinnati for an hour in the cold and the drizzle trying to find my fucking car. So that was fun. It was wet and miserable. Went back to the room, got there finally, had a couple of beers. I did. We missed the Obergefell guy, which I didn't even know he was speaking that day. Oh well. So we got back. I saw people. I saw Susan Turpin. I got to meet up. Susan Turpin's who I saw that first day, I think. Uh, so I got to saw the live gam. We sat at the table. We got our own little podcast table. Me, Tucker, and Bridget Fitch from Holy Crap the Podcast, who I had on last episode. And I know episode. Well, when this comes out, it'll be episode before last. I know it's confusing when you do live and at the same time. Anyway, so hung out the table a bit, got to mingle, meet some people, usual suspects. Mandisa was there, of course. Black Non-Believers, my boy Jude Lane, Foundation Beyond Belief, along with Noel George was there. Sharon from Hobbyist Humor was there. Torres was there, of course. Gam people were there to do a live show, which I did see, and it was Breakthrough. God, why can't I remember? It's the newest thing movie, Jesus movie, apparently with real actors, and some kid gets trapped under the ice and survives, or some shit. It's a new thing. It's on Rotten Tomatoes, and they got 62%, which is too good. I don't know if I want to see a movie that's that good because I like bad Christian movies. Anyway, they did a good job as usual. So Friday night wasn't much. I went to bed early because I was tired. But Saturday, we got up pretty early, hung out more. I got to meet Natalie and Lyman. Those are the big ones I wanted to meet. I got to hang out with them, had lunch with them at Skyline Chili, which apparently is a thing, which I didn't know about. Is a thing in Cincinnati you're supposed to do. I've been there twice, didn't know that. Um, so we went and did that. Got back. They mingled. Well, they went back to their room and they said they were sleeping. Who knows? I mean, that's your thing. I don't want to tell you what you can do. Anyway, so we did that. I was down there at the table. I was watching the Predators game, which is a waste of my time. They're out of the fucking playoffs already, and the coach needs to be fired. But anyway, so um, that's what I did most of the time: was sit at the table and not do much of anything really. Hold on. And then hold on. You're not supposed to be here yet. Okay. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. Stop being
Ah,
there. Okay, she's there. She's ruining everything. My guess is ruining everything. I'm trying to get through this before she comes on. Anyway,
you, Chris.
God damn it. Shut up. I'm still going. Uh, she's ruining the whole surprise thing. Okay, so, and the cat's hitting the mic. And cat face. This is not going to be a pleasant episode. I can tell already. Anyway, so, um, we got Gam was the fun thing. Like I said, Friday night, but then we got to hang out, watch the Preds game. But Saturday night, I had dinner with Bridget and Tucker at Rock Bottom Brewery, which is a garbage place, overpriced, and the beer sucked. Uh, but we got to hang out with, and this was fun. We had a table. Eventually, got back because we got liquor at the liquor store. Well, I got some beer, and finally, Natalie and Lyman went down to the liquor store and got some stuff for old fashioned. I don't know what the fucking old fashioned even is. Well, I didn't know up to that point. Bitters, rye, and orange peel and old people shit. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so he went down there. He went up to the room and got a lot of ice in bags, and then put it in a bag and brought it to the bar and was making old fashions out of this out of this bag at the bar. Um, it was pretty funny. So he was just straight just making drinks. Who's at the table? The game guys. Uh, game guys. Heath, Eli, Noah, of course. His Lucinda. Heath's girlfriend, Callie Wright, Andrew Torres, a couple people I didn't recognize, and Lyman, Natalie, and me, and then Jude and Noel showed up later. So it was a big old time. We got a bunch of drinks made for us by Lyman. Lyman, we had a conversation. It was fun. Jude need to be talked in why he should get or should not get married. I'm not ever going to advocate for marriage, so don't ask me. Noel was telling him that I don't know. Because, Natalie and Lyman are getting married, in case you didn't know. And so Jude was asking what are the benefits of getting married, blah, 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 whatever. Jude, don't get married. He says he listens to this, whether that's true or not, I don't know, but don't just for me, don't get married. Okay, so we hung out and did that all night, and that was really it. I mean, hanging out with cool people, uh, and getting to meet new people. I really got to meeting Susan Sharon and Lyman and Natalie especially. Cool people, great people. Lyman and Natalie act nice. Whether they actually are, they could be psychopaths. I don't know them in their real life, so who knows? I don't know if they're going to get invited to the wedding now, which it's in Maryland, so I don't know if I could anyway. So, great speakers, a little atheisty for my taste, but hey, Debbie Goddard, I wanted to throw out a big thanks to because she was the one that got me and Tucker invited. So that was cool. And Renee was already going anyway. But so and the drive back, I nodded off and nearly had a wreck. So that was fun. Tucker didn't even try to wake me up. I'd have like 3 cups of coffee, it still didn't work. I don't know. I will tell you the quality in there had a plug in the chair, an outlet right in the chair. Okay. Don't hate. That was awesome. You don't see that too often. Anyway, so yeah. Oh yeah, Rheingeist Brewery's garbage beer. It's in Cincinnati. Don't drink it. It's garbage. All right, y'all. Well, I'm not going to bore you anymore with that. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to the my guests. Now, part of the problem is one of them I think is not working properly, but we're going to find out. I know one of them is. It's supposed to be a reunion show. If the other one ever shows up or can get their shit to work, but let me go ahead right now and introduce Amy from the Snap Switch Ginger or something. I don't know. Ginger Snaps. Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello, Internet. Hello, Chris.
Hello.
I believe your other guest is working. It's just you gotta just turn her
Oh,
back on.
did I not? Oops. Look, it's Nadia, but her microphone's now not on. Shit. Okay. What? God damn it! It's going on and off. All right, Nadia. Nadia. I see her lips moving, but nothing's coming out.
You broke her mic.
It's that's on her. Cause
You broke the mic.
I didn't do shit. It's her thing. What did you do, Nadia? Nadia's on the screen. Her camera's on. Now she's cussing. No, wait. Hold on.
It's muted again. It's unmuted.
No. I don't remember y'all having these many. Actually, I take that back because y'all did have problems every time.
Yep. We're the queens of technical difficulties. Everywhere we go, there's technical difficulties.
And she disappeared again.
She'll be right back
Well,
after these messages brought to your sponsor.
there's no sponsor. Sorry.
Let's make one up. Let's make one up.
Okay. Founders Beer.
How about okay, yeah. Founders is a good one.
Oh wait,
yeah,
tell me what you're drinking.
Oh, it's from Odell Brewing.
Okay.
It's called Mercenary. MYRCENRAYR. Shit, can't spell. It is a double IPA.
Get that off my fucking show. What are you drinking that garbage?
And it is a really good beer. It's actually well balanced for an IPA. They're not really my beers, but it's at 9.2%.
Well, yeah, it's a double. So you're just drinking it because it's got a high ABV. Nobody's. God damn it! Her thing is.
Fucker.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh shit! Something. Hello?
Noise.
Hello? Can she hear it?
Hello?
God damn it!
Jiggle.
Alpha
Hello?
Kilo Foxtrot. Do you copy?
Okay, she's.
Alpha Kilo Foxtrot. AKF. That's.
Why can't
That
I
was-
hear Chris?
Oh my god!
Why can I hear you but not Chris?
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening.
I hate technology so goddamn much.
No, it's never a
Hello?
problem.
Chris, I can see Amy.
All right, I turned the control room part off. Maybe that does something.
Can you see me? Can you hear
Yeah.
me, Amy?
I can hear you, and so can Chris. I don't know why you can't see or hear him.
Well, I guess you're just like telephone or some shit.
Built-in output. Speakers. Hello? Hello?
This is great.
Yeah.
It's great radio. Great.
Oh my god, I hate my life. Playtest sound. I can hear out of ears.
Ugh.
Chris,
So-
something's wrong with your connection. It's not me this
Oh,
time. No, I don't know.
yeah, no, it's totally me because Amy can hear me fine. I'm feeling like you're just making excuses.
I feel like I'm the go-between here at the moment because I'm the only one that can hear you both.
You could play telephone. You could like make some shit up. Out there.
How is it that I can hear you but not Chris?
Because you're on a Mac.
Oh, fuck off.
That could be it.
Fucking shit.
It's
All right,
still-
maybe if I get off the call and come back,
Hold on. Because
it'll.
it's showing I'm muted, but I don't understand.
All right.
Bye. She's gonna try to jump back in.
But we tried that before. I don't know.
I don't know
Anyway.
either. I don't know either. Look, I know you hate the IPAs, but it was a nice summery day. I wanted something nice and floral and citrusy for the nice warm day. It got to 60 degrees in
Oh
St. Paul.
my god. Oh my
60
god.
whole degrees. I wore a tank top.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh,
Yeah.
she's back on again. Let's see if we get.
That's a lot of temperatures for a ginger, 60 degrees.
Okay.
Chris, say something.
Something.
God damn it, I can't hear you.
I don't know. It's not showing up muted on mine this time.
Ignore? No. I'm not gonna ignore you. Mute. Yeah, I muted him. Okay. Unmuted him. Unmute. Chris, are you hugging a pillow?
Okay.
It's nice to see your face, Chris.
I don't know.
I give up.
I don't know either.
Life
I
is
have-
pain.
I don't. Life is pain, princess.
Where's that from?
Key
Anyway?
speakers, hello.
No.
Where's that from, Chris? That's from Princess Bride.
Default microphone or built-in microphone, default speakers.
Right click on his face and hit reload.
Oh my god.
Reload your face.
I don't
Reload.
Bye.
Hey,
I
there's
didn't. Hey, kitty, how you? Come over here, kitty.
She's
Come on camera.
look at her. She's like,
Yes.
yay! No, no, yay, no.
Maybe my computer just doesn't like Southern jive. Is that what it is?
Go fuck yourself, Nadia.
Oh, I missed
I
you
don't-
too, Chris.
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know
really-
how
I'm
to
really
fix.
I see her.
Maybe if I just-
hear her.
As I just installed the plugin, maybe I have to restart the shit.
Just restart. Yeah.
I'll be
Let's
right
do
back.
that. Bye.
Anyway, well, while we're here, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about your lovely show?
Okay. We do queer news, atheist news, skeptical news, science, religion, mostly queer stuff with the queer slant because both hosts, although only one is a ginger now, are trans and queer. So that's what we mostly talk about. We still go over science and other cool things, and we try to make it fun and funny, and we swear a lot.
Yeah. Do we make it clear what the name of the show was?
The ginger snaps.
Okay, the Ginger Snaps. So the whole idea of this endeavor was to get you and Nadia back together for this one show, but Nadia is acting like a everybody heard it on the show because it's coming through on my feed. Apparently she's
Yeah.
playing games. So I don't know what's going on.
Well,
Oh boy, here we go.
maybe. Cross your fingers.
I'm back.
Hello?
Say something. I
Hello?
can't fucking hear him.
I don't know. I don't
Hey, Chris.
That's
fuck
a
off.
I don't know.
I don't know why I
That's a
can't.
that's a fucking mystery. I've never heard of that.
Neither have I.
Maybe, should
But
I do
if
it on
it's
my
gonna
phone?
happen-
Maybe my phone will work.
Yes. Yes. Do it on your phone.
Do it on your
Do
phone,
it
yes.
on your phone. Do it on your
Oh,
phone.
great. So now we're getting real technical. Okay.
Well, quit getting fucking Macs. It wouldn't be a fucking problem. Anyway, so yeah, Ginger Snaps. Who you got on there with you now?
William?
William, yeah.
Uh,
So y'all go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do y'all cover the same type of topics or whatever?
As we did before Nadia broke up with me and left me.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll let her. No, don't even do it until she's here to defend herself.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, we still do pretty much the same subjects. I just don't have a scientist anymore to lean on for my science shit, which is fine. Which is fine because I'm fucking smart.
Okay. Are we going with smart? Is that what we're going with?
Well, it's better than the truth.
We'll stick with smart. I'll give you that. Since you're the guest, I'll give you smart.
The only time I'm bright is when you shine a light on my naked body and I reflect all the sun because I'm so white.
Well, that would be me too, except for my chest and my fucking hair absorbs it, but everywhere else, yeah. I'm probably about as pale as you. Well, maybe not.
No, I doubt you're as pale as me. I can light up a room by simply just reflecting a little bit of light. It's really cool. It's a really neat trick I do, a magic trick.
I feel like that should be a superpower
It is a superpower.
because you can blind people and shit.
Well, God, I do if I just show a little leg.
Hey,
Which
whatever
is
it
why
takes.
which is why you only can see me from the neck up because I'm naked.
Oh, okay.
because it got to 65 today, and that's just too hot for me up here in Minnesota.
It was 80 today here, and
God.
I loved it. That's my
Oh.
that's my kind of shit.
Oh.
You know, that's how we roll down here, though. Anyway, so why don't you tell me some of the topics you've covered lately? Some of them.
We covered lately. We last episode we did True Scum. We've done Nadia.
Say something, Chris.
Something, Chris.
Fuck in finally.
I guess that's a she can hear you.
Does that mean that I'm not going to get anything, Nadia?
Go fuck yourself, Chris.
All right. That's what I'm looking for. All right, now she's all cinema verite. Her shit's all shaking. She's like she's doing some real.
Oh, guys,
Oh God! All right, trigger warning for people with epilepsy. Don't.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, no, she was saying a couple of things they've covered. Go ahead and finish it up real quick, and then.
Couple new studies that came out about some biological evidence for transness. What else have we covered? Stupid fucking Christians. Shit, I don't remember the things we've covered.
That always happens to me too. I can never remember.
And I always give the episodes like fucking weird names, so I can't like look at the episodes and like, oh, that's what we talked about.
I do this. All right. Well, Nadia, you're here now.
Hi.
What the fuck have you been doing, Nadia?
Apparently just jerking off. What?
You abandoned Amy. I mean, you had to have been doing something important.
Fuck off.
You know, I mean,
so
we haven't talked since the breakup.
that's not true.
That's not true.
Of course it's not true.
We talked once.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. You can make it more dramatic.
We had to set terms for the breakup. That's why we talked the second time.
I don't need to go through that again.
Oh.
I just went through divorce. Anyway,
Oh.
What was I talking about? Oh, right. So what have I been up to? Really just trying to get on top of my mental illness, and apparently not doing that great because I had a fucking panic attack out of nowhere today. So that was fun. But aside from that, I mean, my priority was to actually make some progress on my degree and try to reduce as much stress as possible, as my therapist suggested. And I did so by cutting the things that were, you know, the easiest, not necessarily easy to do, but things that were things that I could get rid of. And so, as much as I have fun doing the kind of stuff, it still had an element of stress and guilt associated with it, not being able to contribute as much as when I was doing the show with Amy. So, but aside from that, of course, I took on more stress by working with LGBT youth and kind of championing LGBT rights at my university, which, by the way, didn't all go that great this past week when I had another meeting with the president of the university. But nothing's one in a day, right?
Nope.
Well, I feel like absolute shit now. Sorry.
What?
You know, self-care, Chris. Ever heard of it? You fucking cishet prick.
Yeah, you fucking cishet prick.
No, don't echo it. Come up with something better.
Cishet prick, cishet prick, cishet prick.
Go fuck yourself, Nadia. All right?
That's new.
That's
so. Yeah. I'm really sorry. I mean, seriously though. I mean, whatever you can, self care is the most important thing. I think we all know that.
I don't know that.
All right.
Of course you don't.
I don't do it.
You don't do it enough,
Nope.
and you need to.
Yep.
And I'm going to get on you right now. You need to do that self care.
Hey, wait
Wow.
a second. I just heard, because I listened to both of your shows just to kind of refresh my memory what the hell's going on. I hear, Amy, that you have a gentleman in your life.
No, I don't.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh, no. God damn it.
Yep. I told that guy to fuck. I told that guy to fuck off.
Well,
Was he a chaser?
No, he wasn't. That was the bummer thing. He was just a bad communicator and kind of a douche.
Oh.
Well, I
that's no
mean,
fun.
douchey in red flag ways. I mean, it was great. He had a British accent and he was cute and he was nice. And it sucks that it didn't work out because I really wanted it to work out.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was excited when I heard that.
I was excited for the 2 or 3 weeks it was happening.
men are
Hey.
trash.
Men are trash.
Why
Hashtag.
you stick to women?
I don't really care either way.
I know you don't.
Guys and gals and non-binary pals, I'll date them all. But
Oh, I heard that one. I heard that
That's-
little thing you did there.
Stole that from Thomas Sanders, didn't you?
I did steal that from Thomas Sanders.
I don't know who that is.
That he's
He's
a YouTuber, ex Viner.
Vine.
X what?
Viner?
Remember
Vine?
when Vine was a thing?
Oh yeah.
Thomas
Vi-
Sanders is actually wonderful if he's still making content, and you should go watch.
He is. I watch his stuff.
He's adorable. Like Chris. Chris is adorable with his
All
beard
right.
and his teddy bear and his kitty cats all over the place.
And the cat's right here, actually. She's-
Meow.
That's a microphone, Chris.
No, she's out of camera.
We need to talk.
Shut up! I can't. Where's she at? There she is. There's Loaf.
Hi, it's Calico Kitty. Oh, look at the kitty. I love the kitty.
I heard.
Okay,
Calicos are
here
the
comes that
shitheads
little
of the cat world.
And there's the other cat, just being a little shit. Okay, so there's a cat. Wait, is there another cat?
No, that's a shadow,
Not-
Chris.
Oh, that's you.
Do you know how many cats you have? You've really got off the deep end. Oh,
That was a
you have
cat.
4?
They're not all okay. I don't want to get into it. There's 4 cats here. That's what I'm gonna say. Let's just say that it's
Is your partner a cat too?
yes.
Oh, okay. Same. No kink
Why is
shaming.
it? Why is it everybody can find a partner but me?
Oh, because you're picky.
I'm not. Like,
I'm just kidding.
don't be a dick, whether you're guy or gal, non-binary pal, and yeah, that's about it. That's my
Well,
qualifications. I don't care about how much you weigh. I don't care about how much you make. I don't care if you barely speak English. Yo,
Whoa.
I'm way too white for that.
Well, but I mean, to be fair, it's got to be more difficult for
It is.
a trans person to.
It is. People get really freaked out by the whole aspect of dating a trans woman, which I don't understand. Because even if your trans girlfriend is pre-op and you go down on her and you suck the shit out of her girl dick, you're still straight because you're still with a girl. End rant.
I don't know. It's just counterintuitive for some people, I guess.
It's
it's-
homophobia is what it is, or transphobia, or a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you, Nadia?
Yeah. What you?
I mean, aside from, still recovering from a panic attack, great.
I have those. I had one yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. A couple times in the past 3 weeks, I've almost died in my job.
Oh well. That's,
I got hit by a rollback truck.
what?
Like in
Yeah.
your car?
No, at work.
Oh.
I was standing behind my transit van, and the owner of the shop was moving his rollback tow truck, which is the big flatbed kind where the whole bed rolls back and the car gets on it.
yeah.
And it slipped on the ice and it hit the back end of the vehicle,
Ace.
which the back end of the vehicle actually hit me, and I flew about 5 or 6 feet through the air and landed on the ground.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, ice?
Ice. It was a little too warm for me today.
Yeah, I don't. When was this again?
About a month ago,
Oh,
maybe 6 weeks.
Okay.
okay.
It snowed up here last week or the week before. Yeah.
You gotta get the fuck out of there, man.
Why? I like it.
You like all that? Okay.
I love the snow. I fucking love it.
I can't. It's
It got down to minus 60 here in
no
the winter.
No.
Yep. I was working outside at minus 60. I'm just like,
you're
tough as shit. That's what I am.
you're something. I don't know.
Well said, Chris. Well said.
I like Minnesota.
So Nadia, I don't know if the last episode actually was with Bridget Fitch, which I had mentioned. She went to reason
About mental illness.
Yeah, about mental illness, and she has PTSD and bipolar 2. I know somebody with those similar things, but I mean, of course, part of it also was the whole thing of mental illness being so difficult to get like good care if you don't have any. Basically, even if you do have money, sometimes it's difficult to get good treatment.
Hell yeah, it is.
And it just makes me angry.
Yeah, I mean, like, so as a university student, I am allotted free mental health care, which is part of my student fees that I have to pay. So it's not really free, but no extra cost. The problem with that is that there is like a dozen therapists for like 10,000, 15,000 students. So their backlog is just extensive. And that was one of the things that we were working on to try to improve, is just allocate more funds for mental illness, because like other disadvantaged groups, LGBT people are most disproportionately affected by mental illness, and have less resources to attack such problems such as that. And so a mental illness, I mean, I didn't think it was going to be such a big deal for me. It was something that for the longest time I just tried to ignore, just like everyone else that tries to ignore that kind of thing. And so with that, and the fact that I couldn't get proper treatment at the university, I had to go outside of that and had to pay out of pocket to get a therapist that, first off, was available to treat or kind of go through therapy with me, and also wasn't discriminatory against LGBT people, because how where I live, there's a lot of influence of religion.
Mormons.
Influence of religion. And so and so with that, it was another challenge, is finding someone that is willing to work and be affirming in LGBT identities. So
one of the biggest problems I had when I was trying to access care in the past couple of years, but because I can mirror your story just the same. I was in denial about having depression and blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. I do not say blah blah blah. Anyway, go ahead.
It's just copyrighted material on somebody else's show. It's fine. It's fine.
Hey, I only said 6 seconds of it, so it's okay.
That's not a thing.
It is actually fair use. But anyway, go ahead.
Blah blah blah. Is it cumulative, or does it just happen all at once?
Well, if it's all satire, we're good. Or comedy. But where was that? One of the hardest problems I had finding to access, because when I first started looking for a therapist, I was living in the Pacific Northwest, I was living in, Seattle, Olympia, Tacoma area, but I had a lot of problems finding a secular woo-free therapist.
Woo? Pretty seriously? Ugh.
Oh God, you know how many times I got offered aromatherapy and essential oils for depression?
God, no. What? Is that
Yeah.
that's
I was
horrible.
having this conversation with my therapist today. Hello, kitty. Bye, kitty.
Chris, I didn't know that you were into Hello Kitty.
Hello, kitty. Anyway, go ahead.
Because
Anyway,
my therapist is secular, and she's a good therapist, and she's atheist friendly, kink friendly, LGBT and poly friendly. Uh, so I don't have to explain a lot of my life to her, like she just already knows. But we were just, as a quick aside, at the end of my session today, we were talking. I was complaining about how finding care was such a problem, and it was not just finding care that was queer friendly. It was also finding care that was atheist friendly or secular friendly.
Lord have mercy. That's just.
yeah.
I couldn't imagine living in a place like that's a little more conservative, like Tennessee or Utah or Georgia, somewhere like that, and looking for mental health in that capacity, because a lot of religious folks don't believe that it's a thing or that you're possessed.
Well, to be fair, I live in Nashville area, so it's a little better. But the problem is, it's just in general, it's hard. You try to go find, they're all booked up or whatever. So even in like normal, just under normal circumstances, it's hard.
Yeah, if you're cis het and white and all that, and you have the resources, it's still difficult.
Oh my God! You know what? It's not about you. It's not all men, cishet men. I don't know.
You're on thin ice there, Chris.
No, but seriously, I mean, yeah.
Not all men.
No, I was
I'm the victim here too. Sorry.
I was trying to make a valid point about the access to care in America, that even when you fall into the absolute what's considered normative,
Yeah.
cisgendered, heterosexual, and white, where you have the more money, you have the more access, you have the better healthcare. Generally, it's still hard to find access to good care.
Well, I got lucky in the sense that I was already going
What,
somewhere, and I already had. Oh, excuse me.
I said it wasn't me.
Okay, I got thrown out there.
I was like, what?
Yeah. So I'm. It's okay for me, but like I said, it's for you would be even more difficult for your, specific needs, I'm sure. But also, I do know that in rural areas, you can fucking forget it. Okay.
In the town I originally grew up in, I think there were 4 therapists for 28,000 people.
Yeah.
In the entire town.
That's a pretty crappy set of numbers right there.
And like I said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said it might be more now. I mean, that was like back in the days when the world was still black and white. 'Cause I'm old.
All right. Yeah.
Oh no, you don't ever get to say that to me.
Well, no, because we're Gen Xers.
You're both old as fuck.
Nadia is a millennial.
I don't think I'm as young as William. Is that true?
Oh yeah, we need to have this. We need to have this discussion.
I just traded down for a younger, hotter model.
Oh, response.
Oh.
I love you, Nadia. I love you, Nadia.
No, we need a response on that
one. Sorry.
You're not sorry. It's okay.
I am sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
It's okay.
Oh, Jesus.
It's fine.
Whatever.
I mean, I only just get better with age, like a fine wine.
That's what I keep telling myself, but it doesn't work. Sorry.
Or it can turn into vinegar.
I'm turning into vinegar.
More like vinegar.
Well, if you keep drinking like that, you're gonna pickle your insides.
That's original.
It is original.
9%, Nadia.
Oh, this is 10, actually, I think.
I'm
Oh, got it. You
sorry.
one up me, Chris. Just gotta one up me.
Just
Drink
keep
it up.
comparing your percentage dick sizes, all right?
Mine's a
No.
lot smaller.
I meant that metaphorically, but you know what?
You
Oh!
walked. Oh,
Oh.
please! You walked right into that. Come on. You walked right. Did you think you was gonna come on here and say something like that and not get some sort of sex joke out of it? Come on.
You know what? I don't know what I thought it was. It's like, oh, I get to hang out with people I like.
And we love you. But back
They
to
love
back
me
to
for me.
I love you for you, and I always will.
Oh,
Okay.
Catchphrase, sign off.
Not yet.
Oh,
But you're gonna do
Amy.
Huh?
Amy. Van
No.
Damme.
No.
I had to tell William about that.
Stop it. That's a behind the scenes deep cut there. Holy shit. Oh, good times. I actually made William act in a couple of skits for the first time. That was
When did that happen? I just must have missed that one.
this last episode that came out yesterday.
Oh, shoot.
And what I cut out of the show actually was a lot of fun because I was trolling somebody on our Instagram page because we were talking about true scum or transmedicalists, which if you want to learn what those terms mean, go listen to the latest episode 74 of the Ginger Snaps, available on any podcatcher of your choice, and it'll get explained to you. But the person who made the comment on hello kitty on Instagram was true scum to the max, and I trolled them for an hour and a half on Instagram while we were recording.
What's true scum? I hadn't heard of that.
They are people who believe that there is a medical cause, a mental illness cause for being trans, and that you have to have dysphoria to be able to call yourself trans, basically eliminating non-dysphoric trans people, which would include people in the binary, non-binary, genderqueer, and other identities.
I've heard that theory before.
Yeah, that's it's pretty shitty. It's not backed by evidence. We talked about it at length, and William, who is a genderqueer individual, was pretty heated about true scum, especially showing up on one of our social medias.
Well, it's probably not surprising considering the focus of your show, I guess.
Well, I mean, what gets me about true scum is they're generally trans people themselves. So why would they put that on other trans people? Why would they be shitty to people that are just as at risk as they are?
Because a lot of trans people are terrible.
People are terrible.
I mean, yeah, they're people. People are terrible.
So I mean, that's what it boils down to. Humans are shit, and we're going to be extinct probably within the next 100 years.
I don't know if make it that long.
I'll be dead way before that.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Unless you're in a robot body. You ever think of that?
We have to get there. We can't even get to that point unless you're rich. Probably you could do that.
I mean,
we can't.
For all
we can't do that because it's against God's will.
Oh please! If you got enough money, you can buy God's will. Shit.
So are erections at 60 years old.
Anyway,
I don't know. Maybe I should date a.
Making things awkward. Apparently,
I was just thinking maybe I should date a 75-year-old to get married, get on the will, screw the kids and the grandkids out of the fortune. Huh? Life plan.
Sounds like a movie. I think that is a movie, actually. Anyway,
probably a rom-com.
So romantic.
The older bone.
It ain't romantic. Dirty, filthy. What is the name? There's a movie, and I can't remember who's it. Just this young woman who marries a guy to try to get his money, and the whole family's like knew she's trying to do it. And it's not exactly original, but you know.
It's the Hugh Hefner biopic, Bunny Tracks or something like that.
Bunny Track. I don't know why he's
But
supposed to be some kind of fucking.
chasing the rabbit,
There you go. I like that
chasing the
one.
bunny.
Chasing the bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Chasing tail.
Oh,
Yeah, good
you
one. Good one.
win. You win the internets. You get one
See?
internets.
See, that's what I get. That's what I'm good at. Terrible jokes.
All right, Nadia. Since you're on here, we need science things. So tell me some sciencey shit that you've come across lately.
Science. I don't know.
Rules.
So you can come up with a cool name for a Hugh Hefner biopic, but you can't. That's best you can do with science, really.
Such a broad topic. I mean,
Science. Oh, come on.
it was a
Biology.
joke. If anyone knows anything about Homestar Runner, that's kind of what it's going for. It was a joke, but I don't think anyone gets that.
What home skillet? What?
Homestar. Somebody gets
Homestar
it.
Runner.
I just don't know. I've heard of it.
Never mind. We've digressed. Science. Yeah, that's a thing.
Come on, Nadia, work with me here. What was it that you just said that you discussed, Amy, on your last episode?
Well, we discussed TrueScum on our last episode.
Well,
Two episodes before that, we talked about some new biological evidence for transness.
there.
And if you want me to talk about that, I'll have to delay and keep talking until I get the document up.
I mean, I can talk to you about insecticide resistance. I mean,
Sure.
that's,
I mean, well,
what
that's
I study.
important. That's important, actually.
Actually, we can talk about immunizations because that's
Oh,
relevant
yes.
for me.
It sure.
Oh, I
yeah.
read that today. That's scary, Nadia.
It is. So I just found out, well, back in the 80s when I was getting my immunizations, um, I got my first round of MMR, which is measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. And with vaccines, you're supposed to get a booster because with certain types of vaccines, the immune response, because it's a heat killed virus or what have you, the immune response isn't very strong. So that is why we have to do the um, the booster shots, because each time you get a booster, you get a stronger immune response. And so that is why you need boosters of certain diseases to have lifelong um, protection against certain viruses and stuff like that. So I was talking to my mother the other day, and she said, we were talking about how like measles has become more of a prevalent thing and how there's outbreaks. And she said, do you know that you don't have, or you didn't get your second boot or your booster for MMR? And I was like, no. Shit. So I went to the doctor for not only that, but depression, anxiety stuff, and um, I forget what the other things was. But I told her that, and the doctor's like, all right, well, let's see what your antibody titer is, and we'll go from there. And so I just got the results today, and they're like, yeah, you're not immune to measles. I'm like, oh no. So
Hmm.
shit, I'm one of
Yeah.
those people. Well, I mean, the reason why I didn't get the booster is, I don't remember if I said this, but I developed a rash after the first round. So at the time, the doctor was like, well, measles is nearly eradicated. It's not really likely. And because you're a baby, I guess we don't really need to worry about the second round of measles.
Little did you know.
And then, 30 years later, oh, measles is back. Oh no. And so yeah.
So, are you allergic to the shot, or were you able to get your MMR redone?
Well, I have scheduled for an MMR, and it's fun. Well, it's not funny, but like I am already paranoid of being around other people now because, yeah, it doesn't take much to make me paranoid in the first place. But it's not better when I work with a bunch of students and I'm around a whole bunch of kids that who knows what they're tracking in. And so I also went to the hospital today because my partner's staff had to get a ultrasound on a what the hell is it called? A cyst. And so we wanted to check to make sure it was free floating so it can be excised. And so I was in the hospital sitting there waiting for her to get her to come back after her ultrasound, and I'm just like, oh, these people could be carriers. Get away from me. I need to invest in a breathing mask. Actually, I already have one. But anyway.
Just get one of those. You may have access to it. You just get one of those hazmat suits. Just wear that around everywhere.
I'm not wearing something like that. I mean, I've worn a Tyvek suit when I had to do apply pesticides in agriculture, and it was the god awful, most terrible thing to ever wear.
You just need a gas mask or something.
I used to. I once worked a job where I had to wear the Tyvek suits like almost every day.
When I had to apply pesticide, we had to wear breathing masks, essentially like gas masks. But because I have asthma and shitty lungs, I had to have one that was powered. It's called a PAPR, powered air something respirator. And so I had a giant Tyvek suit, a giant battery pack on my hip, and wearing this big old thing with one of those acid gas filters on the side of it.
Sexy.
And yeah, I know. It was the worst. Yeah, it was so sweaty, and especially in a field. It wasn't even that hot during planting season, but it still sucks, especially in the sun. Anyway, I've digressed.
Planting season's been delayed around here because of the flooding.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but that's good for pest season because that means a lot of the ones that are in the soil are probably lower in number because of lower survival rates.
That's good to hear because mosquitoes are the one thing that suck about up here.
Well, mosquitoes are only going to thrive more with more rain. So
oh, never mind.
I'm just talking about crop pests. Mosquitoes aren't crop pests.
I don't care about crops. I don't use them anyway. I love getting that look. I miss that look that I get out of Nadia when I say something stupid. So do you want to hear the last study that we went over in our show?
Please.
Okay, so this was actually from last year, 2018. The title of the study is great. Are you ready? Gray and white matter volumes, either in treatment-naive or hormone-treated transgender women, a voxel-based morphometry study.
Say that 5 times fast.
And that means stuff and things.
Maybe you can narrow that down a little bit.
I'm going to have to listen to that episode.
Basically, they looked at the N was the sample size. The N was only 80, about 20 pre-hormone trans women, 20 post-hormone trans women, 20 cis women, and 20 cis males. What they were looking at was the total volume of the white and gray matter of the two of the four groups. They were also looking at other biologically dimorphic structures in the brain. And this particular study showed that the white and gray matter was about the same in the pre-hormone trans women and the post-hormone trans women and the cis males, which is contradictory to previous studies. But they state that they had a limitation to their equipment because they're using fMRI. But what they did find was a big difference in the what's the name of the structure of the brain? The insular cortex of both hemispheres. In pre-hormone trans women, the insular cortex was about the same as cis women, and post hormone trans women were even closer to cis women. So some structures, again, that are dimorphic in the brain of human beings, trans people tend to be closer to their the gender that they say they are, rather than their assigned gender at birth. However, I will state the sample size was small, and the study has not yet been replicated and still relatively new. However, it adds to the preponderance of evidence that trans people are valid, not only because they say so, but because there's a biological, there may be a biological reason why we are where we are. Excited?
Didn't we already pretty much know all that stuff then?
Well, in science, it's better to do the experiments over and over again, because when you do them over and over again and you get the same results, we're more sure that that's how it works.
Part of the scientific process is that it has to be replicatable, meaning that the results can be verified through repetition, and therefore the more evidence to show that that is the case, the more confident we can have, or we can be in the information is correct, or that relation is more or not, or more or less, most often true. You can't say something is correct necessarily, because, I mean, there's in the statistics world, there's no absolutes necessarily.
That, and this is the first study that looked at the insular cortex. Previous studies looked at the the thing.
Ew.
No, not literal shit. The
I love fucking with you, Amy.
fuck.
But
I
yeah,
had it in my head, and then it went away. The bed nucleus of the stria terminus, and the we got 2 or 3 studies that looked at the BST, and that thing that has the emotional, the releases adrenaline.
adrenal gland,
No, what is it?
thalamus, hypothalamus.
Hypothalamus. Oh, fuck. I was thinking about the hypothalamus. Whew. That was hurting my head. Oh my God. My hypothalamus was exploding. Two
Anyway,
previous. So we've got 2 or 3 studies that looked at the BST. We've got 2 or 3 studies that looked at the parts of the hypothalamus. And then we have 2 studies that looked at the gray and white matter. Well, 3 now. And one was contradictory to the other 2.
yeah, and I mean, it's always, once one study is completed, and there is, when you talk about medical studies, sometimes it's important to realize that getting human participants, especially of a minority group such as that, can be difficult to get enough participants to be statistically informative. But it's not unheard of for studies to be of small numbers and have repeats done over and over again. And then when we have enough confidence, we can expand these studies. And oftentimes also it comes down to funding too. Sometimes funding is a huge issue that leads to limitations on what you can study. So that is a big factor, especially in the medical world, where it is so incredibly competitive. Like, the competition for NIH grants and things like that. I mean, I am so glad I'm not a medical researcher, because that would have probably driven me absolutely crazy by now.
Smush mosquitoes.
I focus on the mosquitoes, not necessarily the viruses that they carry. So control
yeah,
one, control the other.
Sample size and replication are important. A lot of criticism of these studies of trans people come from either two ends. They come from the true scum, well, not from the true scum, but rather the people who believe that these studies are unnecessary because we don't need to explain away our identities. And also from the anti-trans lobby, who says that the sample sizes are too small to be significant. However, of course, you're dealing with a group that's estimated at maximum 1% of the population. So, Chris,
who knows if that's even accurate?
it's probably not. I thought Chris was asleep. I thought I put him to sleep. Holy shit.
No,
It's okay.
I'm still here. I'm listening to your banter.
Science.
See, aren't you glad that you have a song?
We love science.
I had you on because I wanted to hear this interaction. I missed it.
Yeah. Aw. We miss it too.
Aw.
When Nadia promised, however, that when she's done with her dissertation, she's going to come on and give us a synopsis on the show.
Hey, I could always guest before then. I mean, it could be
Anytime that you want to guest on your old show, you just send me a message. I will send you.
It's not my show anymore.
I said your old show. The one you quit.
Oh.
I love you. I'm sorry. That was a bad dig. We were supposed to do the broken up couple bit, but we didn't get it.
We could save that for your show.
Yeah, we can do that. That would be a good skit. Ooh, that would be a good skit.
Yeah, you do need to say that for because that was your.
Yeah, that was.
I
like that.
I'm gonna write this. What you should do is you should come back and guess, and that way we can bring back the princess superheroes.
Oh yeah.
I have not written a skit for the princess superheroes because I do not feel right doing it without you.
I'll make sure just to make some time just for that.
I am already looking forward to that.
This is what you wanted, Chris, just to bring us together so we can start talking about stuff.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not. Who knows?
Whether or not it's interesting to the rest of the world, though, that's debatable.
I just want to make sure.
Fuck them.
I keep fucking trying, but they keep dumping me or they're being douchebags.
They're not worth the effort, really.
Fucking men.
Apparently women aren't worth it either because they keep blowing you off.
I haven't been on a date with a woman in about a year now. That's weird. I've been on like 6 dates with dudes. It's weird. Chasing a dick lately.
They secretly fetishize you.
Dude, I so caught a chaser chatting. Fuck, I ran him into a corner. He's like, I'm not a chaser. I'm not a chaser. I'm not a fetishizer. And I'm like, yeah, so.
That's what a fetishizer would say.
Yeah. Anyways, I talked to this dude for like 3 or 4 days, and I finally ran him into a corner. And he's like, oh, have you had any operations? I'm like, no. He's like, perfect. I'm like, haha.
Weirdo.
Yep. Normal people don't say that. You're a chaser. Fuck off. And he did. He fucked off.
Oh, that's good. At least he didn't
That's
be
good,
like,
at least.
I want to track you down and, murder you.
Well, that particular guy didn't have almost no information on where I was or what I did. I didn't tell him about the podcast. I didn't tell him where I worked or anything like that because I knew he was a chaser.
Maybe
from the
he
start.
made another profile and then started following you again.
And got a British accent. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Sneaky. Did you talk to them in person or like over the phone? Is that how that worked, or
with whom?
How can you know that they didn't already have an English accent if you never talked to them?
Oh no! You're talking about British boy that I stopped seeing. No, I saw him. I saw him more than once. The other guy, no, he was over chat. All I had was the pictures on OkCupid.
Let me guess. It had a Confederate flag in the background.
No, this would have been
the South will rise again.
This would have actually probably been a Mexican flag in the background.
Oh.
He was Latino.
Cool.
I've heard of Latino Confederate flag having people.
Fucking really?
Yep,
Wouldn't be surprised.
you'd be surprised.
I would be surprised.
See, but I just said I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, that's because you're a nihilist, Nadia.
I am not a nihilist.
It's a
What are you
realist.
talking about? I just don't have any faith
Everything,
in humanity.
everything just sucks. I'm not a nihilist.
Hey, that's not true. I actually enjoy teaching and interacting with young people, so I can't be that much of a nihilist.
That's because you meet all these bright faces and these college students, and they're like, they give you hope, and then you turn around and you meet the adults that they become, and you're like, oh.
Oh.
No comment.
Protect the job.
Comments provided by each of the speakers of this podcast.
I can't comment on that.
The views expressed by the others in this podcast. Something like that.
The views expressed by the others in this podcast do not necessarily reflect the opinions or views of you, and may not always be supported or what's the word?
Representative.
Yeah, represented or representative of you or your opinions, and should not be taken as such.
See, this is why you need my input, because I help you with your stumbled words, especially after you've been drinking.
Yeah, I fucking slammed that beer too. I'm feeling great.
You already drink that damn thing?
Yeah, I did already drink that damn thing.
Fucking alcoholic.
No, I do not go to meetings. I am a drunk.
Oh.
Well.
That was a really, really bad joke. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Let's divert from that.
I apologize to everybody for that joke. It was
It's actually a little triggering.
I'm
not even joking, but let's move on.
Okay. Well.
So what do you want to talk about now, Chris?
Oh, I just now that you're back together on this, when is it going to be? Y'all going to plan on having the little show you already talked about? So I'm going to need y'all to get on that.
We thought we were talking about it before Nadia left the show. It just hasn't. The time hasn't come yet. The most important thing to me, though, is that Nadia is in a good place when she wants to do it again.
Yes.
Even as a good place. I want Nadia's mental health and her well-being is paramount to any project that I'm doing or want to have her involved in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that thing.
Different cat went across the screen this time.
No, it's just all the pussy everywhere.
Chris is swimming in pussy. Cats.
Apparently he's really into cunnilingus.
Okay, now who's got the bad joke? All right. No, but yeah, self-care, definitely. Take the advice of your therapist and not some random guy. Or
that's very true. Unfortunately, I'm losing my therapist after tomorrow because that's another issue with freaking mental health. The therapist that I've had for at least 2 years is moving to fucking Alabama.
Alabama?
Alabama.
Why would you move to? I guess it might be trading up.
Yeah, if you're
that's a huge problem here, is that all of the talented people end up going somewhere else.
You do live in a pretty poor state that is, how do you put this, is ruled by
praying the gay away, or
no
away the bad feelings.
Yeah, it's a theocracy in that state. It really is.
It's not getting any better either.
Yeah, and if anybody, but you're not going to stay there forever, are you?
Fuck no.
Didn't think so.
No.
Hurry up and
Steph
finish.
Was telling me the other day, and it's just like, so what happens? Are we gonna stay here after you graduate? I'm like, fuck that. That is like, I am stuck between a rock and a hard place. I will stay in Utah. I would stay in Utah over Texas because Texas is just a fucking wasteland.
Oh my god, yeah.
I don't know if you could pick a state, Nadia. What state would you live in? Honestly,
Fucking Washington.
Washington. Oh, it's a great place to live, though. It's expensive as
Just
fuck.
that's the only problem with it, and I would need an actual good job to actually sustain myself there.
Jobs are actually more scarce there than they are here in Minnesota. It's pretty much
But
booming
are
here.
they as scarce for a PhD trans woman
I'm sure that it's the same.
who doesn't
Right.
care if she works in academics or in industry?
You want to work in academics.
I mean, academia is great, but I am also tired of being poor.
Well, you're in the wrong fucking country then.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Shit.
Well, I don't know what kind of industry would you have up there in Washington? I mean,
Insecticide research.
you could definitely work for the pot farmers.
She's
No,
I guess.
I'm serious about that because that's a new crop and it's got less science behind it, and it would be a booming field to get into for crop protection.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about plant genetics. I know things about.
There's a great
insect
way to
genetics.
test that shit.
Jesus Christ. I'm not a pothead either.
Whoa, wait a minute. Don't be judgmental. There's nothing wrong
I'm
with being a
not
pothead.
judging, but in this state it's illegal, and so I'm not. Yeah, I don't. touch
Not
that
advocating for the use of illegal substances.
shit.
Well, technically, it's federally illegal anyway. So.
Yeah,
that's true.
but we can hop over to Colorado or Washington and buy the shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you have medical oil that you can buy?
CBD.
Yeah, CBD doesn't.
But I
CBD
thought it was legal in certain forms in Minnesota.
It is. There's legal marijuana, but getting medicinal marijuana in this state is difficult.
Mm.
It's better to just get a dealer and smoke your pot in your house.
Yeah.
And what was your address, AB?
I wish I knew my ex's address.
Damn.
I didn't say that.
Wait a minute.
I didn't say that. Send the cops there. I do not imbibe in such illicit material.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
On 420, I was celebrating
The birth of our
other-
Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. Jesus Christ.
Or whatever. Whatever they do. Okay.
Depends on your brand of Jesus Christ, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess.
We made the mistake on Saturday, which is 420, to order out at a place that apparently got swamped with calls for delivery. It's like, oh, let's order the burger from that place. And it's like an hour and a half later, we're so sorry we got swamped with orders for all sorts of things. It's like, why didn't we think of that?
I can't imagine why.
Because they're not 420 worshipers, so they didn't think about that.
They're amateurs.
If I tell you, if I wasn't job hunting right now, I'd be smoking the fuck out of pot.
Well, I have been imbibing
Is
fairly
it legal
recently.
in your state?
Sure. Yeah.
Anything's legal if you don't get caught.
Yeah. I mean,
Chris, I don't feel like you're being 100% truthful with me.
I don't know what you mean.
Did you know, Chris, that I have not done an illegal drug, any illicit narcotic, until this last year, 2018. It's
Really?
the first time that I smoked weed.
Well, I'm not. I do it on occasion. I don't really. You seriously? I don't usually do it. But a friend of mine was like, "Oh my god, one chub." I'm like, "Fine, I'll see if I can get some." And then they're like, "Well, okay, I'll." Yeah.
My friend's sister came over and they're like, they were all around a circle and they were doing the 420 thing, and not on 420, but they're smoking weed. And they're like, you sure you don't want to try it? And they're like, it's no pressure. And they truly weren't pressuring me, but curiosity got the best of me, and I took the biggest hit from that little bong thingy, that little pipe thingy,
Yeah.
and I got so high.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah,
I just imagine you like doing Rocket Man.
No, I got so high.
Shatner.
I just
Rocket Man.
I just stopped moving and took a nap for the next 10 hours. That's all I did.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Took a nap without like the need for medication.
Yeah, it was just I just went to sleep. It was like I got smiley and I looked at everybody like, you're all talking really fast, and then I went to bed.
But you laugh, but that's probably, I mean, it's helpful.
That's profound. I mean, I only known you to like take sleeping pills to get your 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I haven't actually been taking them lately. I need to get back on them because I haven't been sleeping for the past 2 or 3 weeks because of depression and PTSD nightmares.
Oh no, you're still having. Well,
it was triggered by certain events that we're not going to talk about in public, but yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I was hoping that you were making progress in EMDR. That's all.
I am. I'm making a lot of progress, but I mean, I don't know, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, kind of thing.
EMDR. So I know somebody it's been recommended to them. Would you recommend it or? What?
Absolutely, I think it's one of the best ways for dealing with trauma. It's eye movement desensitization and reprocessing is what EMDR stands for. There's generally 2 schools of thoughts of dealing with PTSD, and that's aversion therapy or EMDR. EMDR is the newer of the 2, and aversion therapy scares the shit out of me. And once I was diagnosed with PTSD, I wanted to do EMDR, and EMDR works really, really well. I've worked through a lot of trauma in the past year and a half.
And they don't know exactly how that works. Is that correct?
They have an idea. And to put it so ultra simply, right? Like, you develop PTSD because you get stuck in fight or flight.
Right.
It's a lot more complicated than that, but I'm dumbing it way the fuck down, right? So the idea of EMDR and the movement from left to right and left to right, either audibly, visually, or sometimes they use clackers, they call them. They just vibrate in each hand separately. That helps the brain to get back to its normal state, and then reprocessing the memory down. So you come out of that fight or flight, you come out of that trauma situation.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a lot more complicated than that. Please forgive me. That's the best, my best understanding and my best explanation. Not talking to you, talking to the audience, because somebody's gonna know better than me. And
well, no, I figured that was a pretty good explanation. I'm not judging you.
I mean, even if you do have cat ears on.
Meow.
Hey, no judgments.
No, it's just, I don't know.
You just made it sound like you were judging Amy for having cat
I was not judging.
Little Mr. Partner has a cat thing too.
What?
Didn't you say you had a human cat?
I've seen a lot of those. I get it's flashing. Do it again.
Well, it should make meow sounds.
Yeah, why is there not meow sounds?
I don't know.
Oh my god, that is out of control.
The picture's not very good because I bought my camera at Goodwill, but they're purple.
I want that so.
It was a gift from one of my good friends, and I thank her. She knows who she is, and she listens to this show. So thank you again for the beautiful gift.
Oh boy. Okay. So
Does this person listen to your show too?
Yes,
wait a minute. This person listen to my show?
I believe so.
Oh well. Interesting. Okay.
I know there's somebody else besides me.
Yeah, I know it's. I mean, fuck you, but it's not. I mean,
I'm such a bitch. I love it.
that's not untrue, but you can still go fuck yourself. You know.
I'm gonna.
There's a whole lot of people going to fuck themselves here.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna take one of those plaster molds before I get bottom surgery.
Oh my
That's
god!
So you can literally go
Fuck yourself! Oh, that's brilliant.
It's really
I've
gross.
heard that somewhere before.
It's a joke. It's a joke on the internet. I am not original, but
Okay.
But
I was
that
gonna
is-
say.
it's a tweet or something like that. But it
I
was.
think that's a trans-specific humor.
Yeah, that had to be really. Yeah, that's definitely not a joke. I would tell. Obviously,
Okay.
that's more of a. Yeah.
The actual thought of doing that kind of grosses me out. I don't know if I could actually do that, but it's still funny.
I
Yeah.
can't self-reference my own genitalia, so there you go.
Yeah. Well.
Cocaine.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there we go. Then we started oversharing. I forgot. I forgot why my mom stopped listening to the Ginger Snaps. She's like, you share too much about your sex
Well,
life on there.
Make sure she listens to this. Hey, I was on another podcast. Me and Amy were totally fine.
Speaking of sex life, Nadia, I got up on stage again.
You did. Holy
I did
shit.
for the second time. Did a little wax play.
Oh,
What's wax play?
And it's where they pour hot wax on you.
Oh, okay.
yeah, my partner. I went a little too far, but at least far for my limits in playing with wax, and I burnt my sub.
Aw. Don't
But
do
she
that.
loved it. She loved it though. I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like,
So
but I love it. I was like, I don't know how to feel about
what we're
this.
talking about, Chris, is I was at a kink club, and even though I have massive social anxiety and everything like that, I get up on stage and let the female dom dominate me in front of a group of people. I've done that twice now.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so I got tied to a big table and they poured hot wax on me and they took it off with a knife. It was fucking awesome.
Hold up. I'm gonna need. Yeah. Okay. That yeah.
And then my partner's dumb.
I'm sorry.
So
What was that?
I said, and I'm my partner's dumb.
Kink friendly.
This is why my mom stopped listening.
That's what I
She's
need
like,
to do. I need to do.
I don't want to know what you do in your bedroom. It's like, well,
I need a kink episode.
I'd help you with a kink episode.
I don't know anything about kink, so I need.
Well, get an educated dom on here to help you out.
Not
I might get a panel or something, maybe. Different people who know different stuff.
I know how to sub. I'm a good sub.
All right, I may throw a.
I'm a shitty dom. I can't do it.
So just different. Okay, the gears are turning. All right. Well,
I mean, sex sells, Chris. You should know that.
Yeah, because my show is just
I thought that was your day job.
Yeah, I'd be fired by now if that was the case. Shit. No, I'm angry. All the money is in being an angry alt-right white guy.
Yep, or anti-trans.
Yeah, something. I want to be like Sargon if I want to make the money. All the good money. All right, well, I guess I'll let y'all go since I'm sure you have better things to do. like play with ears. Those are such cool ears. I want those ears. But anyway, Amy, everybody knows about it. Why don't you go ahead and replug it though?
You can find the Ginger Snaps. Just type in the Ginger Snaps in whatever podcatcher of your choice. It's available everywhere. You can follow us on the Facebook at the Ginger Snaps Podcast, facebook.com, the Ginger Snaps Podcast. You can follow us on the Twitters. I barely use it at Ginger's Pod. Or you can follow us on the Instagram at Ginger Snaps PC at Ginger Snaps PC.
One piece. Oh,
Why would you plug Twitter if you don't want people to follow you on Twitter?
it's too late because I'm gonna put a whole bunch of fucked up shit and tag you in it.
Okay.
That's not really going to phase Amy, I don't think.
Because she's not checking it anyway. I'm gonna put all kinds of.
No, my
outrageous
phone will notify me that
Oh.
I've been tagged, and then I'll send you lewd pictures back. I mean,
shit. I mean, I'm not.
mostly of goats. Mostly of goats. but-
Oh
Chris-
well. Okay.
Chris, you certainly peg me as more for phrasing. You strike me as a more bashful type than Amy is, so I don't think this is gonna.
Yeah. No. Well, you might think it just depends.
Prank war. Prank war.
You
Oh
don't-
goodness!
You don't
Ha-
know.
Hashtag prank war.
You don't know my life.
Just send Chris an envelope full of biodegradable glitter.
Biodegradable what?
What?
Glitter.
I'll send him a box of dicks.
Well, I mean, those are probably biodegradable at some point.
Yeah, as long as it's biodegradable, we're fine. I don't want to destroy the environment while pranking.
Well, no, I mean, glitter is the cheap shit is not biodegradable. And it
No,
biodegrades.
I could give away the dicks, to my listeners. Maybe
How many dicks do you have, Chris?
2.
well, I mean, I'm not. You have to pay to know that, actually.
It's on
Is
the
that
other.
on your Patreon?
That's in the other channel.
Yeah, you don't know. You know my fucking shit. If I could cam and make money, I'd probably do it. Are you kidding me?
I would, but I've seen myself naked.
Could you make a cast of your dick and write podunk polymath on the side of that?
That'd be funny. All right, y'all. Well, if anybody would buy that, let me know.
Available
And,
in the merch store now.
Go to Zazzle. DM me if you'd actually buy that. I promise I won't use your name.
No, post it on his Twitter. Make
Right.
it public.
Tweet
I
at them.
don't. No, I would embarrass them. I don't care about me. I'm worried about embarrassing them. Shit, that you would want such a thing.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting, Chris, that I have to call your voicemail and leave weird messages. on it.
Yeah.
I left a
well,
drunk dial on Chris's voice.
Yeah, but that's been a while, so y'all need to do a joint one or something. I don't know how that's gonna work. Since
Next
y'all
Next 420.
can't.
Next
Joint-
year.
Joint one? 420? Tie it together.
Call back.
Call back.
funny.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks. Oh, Nadia, do you have anything you want to, I don't know, plug or say or? Okay, well, fuck you too.
I thought it was funny. Do you have anything to plug? No, but I could just flip you off. No, I don't have anything to plug.
Okay,
because I'm
well-
worthless.
You have to say
Oh, that thing that I always say?
yes, please do. Thank you.
Oh. And what could that be, Chris?
Nadia.
Go fuck yourself! Ah!
Okay, and
Should've-
Amy, you have to read us out.
What?
You have to do your spiel. at the end
My
of
my
your-
catchnapphrase sign off?
Yes.
We love dear listener, please remember, we love you for you and we always will.
Say goodnight, Nadia.
Good night, Nadia.
Say
Oh wait,
goodnight,
say
Nadia.
Fuck. No.
say good night,
We're
Nadia.
terrible. Good night, Nadia.
Love y'all.
Bye.